Tickets are available at ugcy.co.uk.
Consider that life wasted. Consider the heart ripped out of a family. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife, save your life.
Certainly something that you need to do. Drop that knife, save a life. And if you know someone holding that knife, just make sure you get the message to the person. London needs you alive. Humanity needs you alive. And we here at ABN Radio needs you alive. It's just 24 minutes past midday here on ABN Radio, London's Metropolitan radio station. And it is your Metropolitan mix with me, Daniel, sitting in for your regular hostess, Ifuadum. And as usual, you know, we always bring you great guests on the show. Those who are doing it amazingly beautiful. Is there any word like that? Great things for man in country, God in country, they say. But I know this one is quite special because his tone, I just heard this music, I was like, okay, man, why have we not heard of him all this while? My guest is Gareth B. Good morning. Oh, good afternoon to you. How are you, Gareth?
Good morning, good afternoon.
I'm just confused and overhauled.
Confusing me, man.
Right, no, right. But how are you doing? What have you been up to?
I'm alright, you know, by the grace of God, and, you know, just been working as usual.
Work. So tell me, what are the things you've been working about?
Me, as usual, I'm always songwriting, so I'm always writing on my phone, notepad, anything that comes to my head, just typing it down.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And you have been on this journey for quite a while. I mean, you started doing music at a very, very tender age. 7 years old?
7 years old, yeah.
Tell me more about that, because I'm quite curious. I'm quite curious how a 7-year-old could just start writing and developing this to this point.
Because it mostly started when there's a time we went to France to visit a family member, and I was 3, turning 4, and then they played Congolese music for the first time. Not really for the first time, but it was like at home, it was more like gospel music. Then when we went over there, it was what, you know, my family members would call worldly music and stuff. But then when they played it, I started dancing, and they were like, wait, why is this child dancing like this so strongly for his age? Then as I came back, my dad found out, and then we just started listening to music more at home, and I just fell in love with music. And from there, my sister joined the choir, and I just like singing with her at home. Then my parents realized that this boy can sing, but they weren't really for it. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Were they into that traditional path of you have to be a lawyer, doctor, you know, an engineer kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or is this something that they wanted you to do?
Yeah.
What was their wish actually?
Yeah, my dad was like that. He was like, my son has to be a doctor, or you have to be a footballer, something like that, more masculine, you know, because he like.
So, which of them did you attempt? Did you attempt to be a doctor or a footballer? Any of them? You tried it?
I tried like football, baseball, basketball. I even entered karate. I did karate. I'm even a black belt. I attended karate in Sobel Centre in North London. And, you know, all that was just to impress him, you know, because the fear of, you know, just doing music and stuff. Because every time he walked into my room, I was listening to music and stuff, and he didn't like it. Yeah.
Originally, you're from Congo.
Yeah.
It's quite unusual for me because I've not heard or met lots of artists from Congo. Yeah. Normally, the artists that I've heard of that do Congolese music is normally with the soukous kind of music.
Yeah.
So for you to do something different, what have been your influences?
Just the main Congolese artists, you know. But growing up, I listened to the main Congolese artists, which is like Koffi Olomide.
Right.
Then you also have international artists like Michael Jackson. Because as a kid, I was a big fan of Michael Jackson. So
did you used to do that breakdance, moonwalking?
As soon as Michael Jackson came on, I couldn't sit down. So it was a problem as a kid growing up, yeah. But yeah, that was my inspirations. But, you know, apart from soukous in Congo, we have various styles, like rumba, which I normally do. Because rumba, going back in history, is what the Congolese slaves used to play to each other using guitars to, you know, keep each other in joy and stuff. Then as the slaves were taken to Cuba and stuff, you know, they kept playing it over there. But, you know, rumba is like the the center genre that gave birth to salsa and all them type of styles.
Right, right. That's the kind of genre we played in the song that we played before.
Hold Her Well.
Yeah, that's Hold Her Well. That's quite an interesting one. So was that about someone?
No. Even when I was recording this song with my big brother K Beats, he was like, this girl that you're singing about, who is she? I was like, it's no one, because most of my songs, they're mainly love based. But I'm not talking about no one. It's just I just know how to write a story, because I used to write poems when I was in secondary school to avoid writing songs and getting in trouble. So, but then it's like I couldn't hold it in. I started writing love songs, and that's
Right. So with the poems that you were writing, what was it that was inspiring you to do that? And did you ever publish any of your poems?
I never published them because I was in secondary school.
Did you ever send them to anyone?
No.
Oh, so where are they?
I kept them private.
Okay.
I kept them private. I think I even still have some in my school books. I used to write in school books. And what used to inspire me to write them was, I'm not gonna lie, it was some African movies that I used to watch.
Okay.
Like, the storylines were so intriguing that I just, I decided to like break them in pieces sometimes and just write about them.
Did that also influence the way you wrote your music?
Yeah, it really helped me write in my music as well. Because some of the stories, they help you interpret real stories that happen in real life, but most people like that my friends around, they won't really say. So some stories that I write in my songs, they're based on real people, but I just don't mention names. It's just a story that people just think it's me singing for someone, but it's not.
Right. So how long have you been doing this professionally?
Professionally, it's been like 3-4 years.
And you are self-managed, independent artist, or you work with a record label?
Oh no, I'm independent.
You're independent.
Yeah,
How easy has it been?
It hasn't been easy.
Okay, so how tough has it been? How tough? What have been, or what has the road been like for someone maybe listening to you who is thinking of walking that same road? What has the road been like as an independent artist?
It's like they say in church, the road to heaven is very thin. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a very hard journey. Because I'm independent
But you decided to walk. So why? I'm sure other people told you that, oh, you know what, this road is a very narrow, lonely, hard road. But you decided to walk it. What actually inspired you to do that?
The love of music, the passion.
Okay.
The passion will let you go. And because I know that I'm doing a genre which is not really out there, which is rumba. And it's, because I tried sending my music out from a young age, sending my music out, my first songs, and a lot of them got rejected because it wasn't really, the type that people listen to. And even people from my country, the youth wouldn't accept a retweet or share it around because they're just, I don't know if it was kind of embarrassment for the first time.
Why would they be embarrassed? Or was it that they were used to a particular style? Or was anyone expecting that you sort of produce a particular style and genre of music?
No one was expecting it. Because it was rumba, but this time in English, and them usually hearing it in Lingala, our normal language. So it must have sounded wrong to them or a bit different. So they were like, no, we can't, let's not do this. It's a bit weird. But once they hear the song, they're like, wow, you actually pulled it off. Well done.
Sounds different. How long have you been here in the UK?
I was born here.
You're born here in the UK.
Born
That's
and raised
interesting. But you used to go back home to Congo, you've never been there before.
I've never been there before.
But you seem to be so much in touch.
Yeah.
Talking about your influences as coming from Congo and talking about what the slaves in those times used to do with the music. How are you such in touch with the style?
It's about doing research, doing research and always staying in touch with family and always asking questions, because in life there's so much that we have to learn day by day. So that's why I'm so in touch with my culture, my originality, and my background.
But most of the young people that are born here in the UK, they would rather concentrate on influences that are around them. So you would hear or you would see most young people talking about grime, talking about maybe hip hop. Typically the sort of music that is UK based, and it's very likely that is what will influence them. And of late too, you hear people talking about how they've been influenced by Afrobeats, and everybody's is beginning to do Afrobeat now, but you seem to be on a slightly different path.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know why, because
It's just this is the thing. When Michael Jackson died, a great designer, Jean-Paul Gaultier, he said that music nowadays is like every musician is cloned, and for him music is boring now. And I've been the person, I've always dreamt that as soon as my music plays, I don't want someone to sit down or just be like, what is this? Or sit down and be like, okay, let me switch this off. No, I always want them to hear it and be like, I like this sound.
okay, so let's like the sound that is playing in the background right now. This is Wanna Take You, Gareth B featuring Shinestone. After this track, I'm gonna let you tell me about it, but I'm just excited about the last sentence you made. So let's see if someone is gonna get up to the music, which I'm sure they will. And let's hear from you if you're listening to us. 0788-7475940 is the text line.
You see this girl, she's so nice. Her body then fine, she become mine. When you hear my song, slow motion. Skin has a lot of complexion. Baby girl, I'll show you my money. Come here, let me give you that something. Shine stone. Baby girl, I'ma take you to Congo. There you go. Baby girl, I'ma give you that bongo. Shady koduka musika, tina zawa na zolelo. Mama koduka musika, tina zawa na zolelo. I wanna take you to mama. Mama na ye, mama na ye. I wanna take you to mama. Papa na ye, papa na ye. Mwana mabe, uzogisi motema ya batu. Yaka, kausa bota, empere bizu kausa, empere tondas kausa. Big easy on a brother, bona body mona tondazu. Kausa bota, kausa bota, kausa. Big easy on a brother. Dulcema, malende, dulcema karimalende, dulcema, malende, dulcema karimalende, dulcema, malende, dulcema karimalende, dulcema, malende, dulcema karimalende. Shady koluka musika, tina sawa na zolelo. Mama koluka musika, tina sawa na zolelo. I wanna take you to mama, mama na ye, mama na ye. I wanna take you to mama, papa na ye, papa na ye. Shady koluka musika, tina sawa na zolelo. Mama koluka musika, tina sawa na zolelo. I wanna take you to mama, mama na ye, mama na ye. I wanna take you to mama, papa na ye, papa na ye.
It's still the Metropolitan mix here on ABN Radio. 36 minutes past 12 o'clock on a Monday. And my guest in the studio is Gareth B. Gareth, that's very different from what I expected. You know why? Because from the one that I listened to earlier, the rumba, right straight to desserts, you just swung me from one end of the pendulum to the other.
Yeah.
That's kind of a massive array of music.
That's how I work, you know. I like my music to be teleological. Teleological meaning it starts from one place to end to another, so it will be totally different by the time you get to the end. So,
Wow, that's interesting. So tell me a little bit about this particular track.
That song "Wanna Take You." That song's with my bro Shinestone. I don't. It's a song we're just saying out there, you know. We want to take a girl home to our parents, innit?
Okay,
And
that's the right thing to do, though, isn't it?
Yeah, she seems to be a heartbreaker, but you know, we're holding our hearts and just hoping to take her home. You know, that's how it is.
Oh, good. So, but have you taken anyone home yet?
Yeah.
To mommy.
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
lovely.
Yeah,
Is she listening right now?
Yeah, she's listening right
Hello, if you're listening. Yeah. Thanks very much for inspiring him to take you home to mommy. No. So let's talk about currently what you're doing with your music. Obviously, do you have any new tracks out? When did you first and foremost? When did you produce your very first music, and how often have you been doing that since then?
My first song, I went. It was on my birthday, my 17th birthday.
Okay.
2000. Let's see, I think 2012. Then
People will start calculating your age.
No,
now.
2012. No, 2012 or 11, something like that. Then I released the song in 2012 as well. So yeah, So in 2012,
So that was your very first track. What track was it?
that was Kuchi's Best for Me.
Okay, how was it received?
It was all right, you know. It was received like it was difficult in the UK, but abroad, like in Congo and France, where the Congolese community is more numerous, it was received really good.
Talking about the Congolese community and the fact that maybe your song was even received abroad by them and lots more.
Yeah.
Am I beginning to get a sense that depending on where you originally come from, it looks like ethnic influence comes to bear when it comes to how people receive your music? Does that work that way? So if Fuse ODG is originally from Ghana, maybe Ghanaians are inclined to move towards the song. You are from Congo originally. Congolese are inclined to move. You know, there's another one from Nigeria. Does that play a role, do you think?
Sometimes.
Okay.
It depends on what you're doing. With me, I don't normally feel that love from my community. It's normally the people around from different surrounding African countries, you know. With Congolese community, they I don't know, I feel like they struggle to help each other. So it's kind of like, you know, I don't know. There's something weird about the community. But, you know, slowly they're appreciating it even more.
It's the consistency. I mean, once you continue to do it, people then begin to get it. Okay, right, I get what it's all about.
Because with music, it works like that. If you're not too consistent, then people start to let go and be like, he's another unserious artist.
It's just a 9-day wonder thing.
I'm not like that. I'm not trying to be a one hit wonder or nothing.
Right. Okay. So my guest in the studio is Gareth B. We're talking about his music and his musical styles, his influence. So Gareth, talk to me about what is happening now. What is it that your fans should be expecting? Is there anything in the offing? Is there anything new that you can go to now?
Yeah, currently I've released Dance With Me and Hold Her Well. Dance With Me is a dance song that was produced by K Beats, and K Beats is a producer and artist as well that produces all my songs and beats. He's really helped me throughout my career as well. And we're working on a lot of stuff because we're trying to make our music, like, you know, more received in the UK. So especially for me as well, I want the youth to really, like, get to know my name and get to know that, you know, there's someone over here as well that, you know, that can represent them properly. Even with the Congolese community, everyone from Africa can just know that there's someone here in the UK that can represent them properly. So we're working on something that will be received mainstreamly, commercially, in all ways. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Any unique thing that sort of you look to do that sets you apart from other musicians that are currently doing something similar to what you're doing?
What will keep me looking unique? Well, people that have listened to my music and kept following what I do, and even the ones that know my unreleased songs, because when I'm on social network, I even snap studio sessions, so they know my uniqueness.
Oh, okay. So they get to hear some of the songs that are even out at the moment.
They will know that, this boy, he's very different. I'm very apart from everyone. I'm very different.
That's interesting. What's the next big thing for you?
The next big thing, only God knows. Only God knows.
So he hasn't revealed it to you yet?
He hasn't revealed it to me yet.
Interesting.
But I'm about to make a move that I know is going to be big, but I don't want to say.
Okay, you're keeping your cards close to your chest. So if I ask that, should your fans expect anything in the next, like, maybe 3 months or 6 months? What is it that they should expect?
They should expect a song that's going to really open things a lot for me. Like, not even a song, but a lot of stuff. Like, just, they're going to be surprised. Like, because as an artist, you can't just stay in one place. I'm an artist, as in, from the Department of Arts. Okay. So I do everything that, you know, that's in art. From graphic design, photography, filmography.
So do you do most of these things yourself, i.e. how you brand yourself on social media, your graphic designing, and you direct all those things yourself, and you produce them as well?
I do that myself, and with my friend, my big brother, KB's as well.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Your YouTube channel has a lot of material. You know, how long have you been pushing that?
It's been since, I say, 2012. That's when I first released my first song. So I think from there I just kept sharing, putting out, and, you know, just making sure people were out there. But after releasing my first single, there was a time where I had a pause because I was struggling to find other producers. Then I bumped into my current one, K Beats, and he helped me produce "Wanna Take You" with Shinestone. Then he made me produce "Dance With Me," which is another fantastic single.
Dance With Me. Okay, let's see if we can play that next and get to hear how it really feels and sound like. When you're producing this particular track, what is it that was going through your mind? How did you expect it to be received?
We were just in a good vibing mood, and I just jumped on it and just kept my Congolese spirit in it, and we just went with it.
you don't seem to leave away the Congolese spirit out of everything that you do.
I can't leave it at all.
That's interesting. So let's listen to Dance With Me. You're still tuning to the Metropolitan Mix here on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station. My guest in the studio, Gareth B. This is Dance With Me.
You are listening to the Metropolitan Mix on ABN Radio.
Another very different genre, Dance With Me by Gareth V. Well, we'll take a little breather. We'll come back and talk about this song before I let him go. It's just amazing, isn't it? But it reminds me of how African music really should be like. This is ABN Radio Metropolitan Mix. We'll be right back.
The Discourse on ABN Radio, engaging our community with discerning conversation.
Join me, Esther Alade, every Wednesday morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on The Discourse, where we will be redefining perspectives with authentic analysis.
Join The Discourse every Wednesday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ABN Radio.
I got caught in an addiction and I couldn't find my way out of that cardboard box.
It kept grasping onto me. Before I realized it, I couldn't stop using it.
Comes like a primal instinct. It's god-awful.
I needed a program that would save my life, and I found Narconon.
Narconon gave me my life back, 100%.
Call Narconon today at 01435 512 460. 01435 512 460.
Consider that life wasted. Consider the heart ripped out of a family. Consider the potential never realized. Are these the things you consider when you carry a knife? It's not about street cred. It's about staying alive. Drop that knife, save your life.
We are back on ABN Radio. It's the Metropolitan Mix. Daniel sitting in for Efwa Adon. They're sizzling, and something big is about to happen here on ABN Radio. Keep your ear open to it. We're bringing to you the details. But for now, if you have a business and you want someone to know about it, what you need to do is to give us a call right now on 0755704247. That is 0755704247. My business story is an informational radio segment, a new one that is coming soon on this radio station. What you get to do is to share information about your products and services. You tell us about the amazing positive reviews your business has had and invite new clients to try them out for themselves. And the interesting thing is that you get to tell them the story in your own words, in your own voice, and on London's only Afropolitan radio station. We are live online on DAB across Greater London. We are live on mobile via the ABN Radio app, and we are also live on YouTube across all social media platforms. We are very much active. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all of them. My guest in the studio still is Gareth. Right, Gareth, before you leave me today, I had Dance with me. Yeah. And I was saying that it's also very different. It just goes to solidify what you said earlier, that you take your music from one place and you take it to another place. Now, this was very different to the first two tracks that we played. So tell me how you went about the composition for this one, because I can hear the traditional influences coming through.
That song really has there's a tribe in my country which I'm from, which is Bakongo, and KB's, my producer, he's from that tribe as well. Without himself knowing, he used that sound from that tribe. And when I heard it, as soon as I heard it, I was like, okay, let me work on this one. But that's the influence towards it. That's the just African background, the Congolese background, the village serious background, which you might still class as Afrobeats, but if you go Congo and you go to the village, you still hear that.
That's the original Afrobeat, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to call it original Afrobeats because Afrobeats, the title is from Nigeria.
Right.
But in Congo, we have different different types of styles which I don't even know the names to, but that's the style that we play in the village and everywhere else.
So where do you see music of African origin going in the next 5 to 10 years?
It's already doing crazy stuff. It's already doing crazy stuff, but I believe that it'll be going higher as days go by.
Is there any artist that you would like to collaborate with in the future?
So many artists, but
can you give me some names?
Wizkid is doing good stuff.
All right.
Wizkid is doing good stuff. There's so many people out there. There's techno. There's lots of artists out there.
And all these ones you've just mentioned are Nigerians.
Yeah.
Looks like we don't have a lot of artists from the other African countries. You can talk about Nigeria, Ghana, and now I can say Congo and.
But Congo, if I was to collaborate with Congolese artists, they'll be the ones from France, and a lot of France African music out there is dominated by the Congolese youth, and I'll collaborate with them. That's no issue at all.
That's interesting. Do we have any concert coming up that we can see you if we want to see you perform live?
Any performance right now, so far, there's no performances right now.
There's no performances right now. So the only place we can see you possibly would be to go to your YouTube channel and see your music.
Right now, it's on the YouTube channel because so far I'm more focusing on getting my music out there. So performances, I did that a lot last year.
Okay.
This year I'm trying to record more.
All right, that's great.
And really have a lot to give to my people that are listening to me.
But if they want to catch up with you on the stuff that you're doing, definitely social media, they can catch you there. Yeah. So what are your handles? Tell us. You said you are very much snapping all the time.
Yeah, on Snapchat, they can get me there. It's GBeviance. That's hard to spell. But if you go to any of my social networks, which is YouTube, just type Gareth B, and all my social networks come up on the end of my videos and stuff. So you can get it all from YouTube.
So make sure you're following Gareth B. Great music right here, and I'm excited that we have such a different kind of music we can plug on the radio station for people to also know that great stuff are happening. But now you have been based here in UK. Do you have any plans of doing anything back home, like physically going to Congo to do anything at all?
Yeah, in due time, I'm trying to go back and perform there, work with artists back there as well. and probably do some charity work as well.
Charity work, I'm interested in that. Which area would you be focusing on?
Where the war is, east of Congo, and there's probably problems everywhere in Congo, but mainly I'll focus on the east because that's where the serious issue is and where people are invading and stuff. So, yeah.
Aren't you scared?
No, I can't be scared for nothing. It's your country. You can't be scared for your country. No.
Wow, great. Gareth, thank you very much for coming on the Metropolitan Mix. It's been a pleasure talking to you here on the station. We're going to play out with your song, the one we started the show with. That is Hold It Well. I like the rumba, you know. I like the rumba. So we're going to play out with that. And yeah, so catch up with Gareth B on all his social networks and make sure you're following him, you know, share the music when he puts them out, and let's just push and make this go forward for him. But we hope you visit us sometime soon.
Real soon, I'll be coming back.
Awesome. It'll be good to have you. So here is Hold Her Well, Gareth B on the Metropolitan Mix, ABN Radio.
Cause I got all that I need right next to me. She is the light at the end of the tunnel, the blessing I've earned from all the struggles. She helps me find the solutions to all my problems. I'm always at peace when she is not. She's the only one that can turn my frown upside down. I'd be a fool to cheat, cause I got all that I need right next to me.
Never ever seen it quite like this love. I try to understand this love, but again and again I can't complain.
me the more.
There's no one but you.
Nah, no one but me.
Many mommy who say me who wanna me feeling more.
Many mommy who wanna me feeling more. Oh my baby. Come and we trap ya. Oh yeah, my whole affair. Give me engine, I would don't tear. Okay, I saw my war, I see that I won't go. That you best, so money what you're going to. Oh my baby. Come and we trap ya.
Oh, don't know that my come and to you be anyone that was said. What better you must set the chairman, ya open a me.
ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station. More news, more information. This is ABN News on the Hour.
From the Sky News Centre at 1, Theresa May's warned developers they could be penalised if they don't build homes quickly enough. She's announced plans to tackle the housing crisis, calling it one of the biggest barriers to social mobility. It comes as our research claims London's the most unequal region in Britain. Simon Mellins owns a one-bed flat, but says it's hardly his dream home.
To a lot of people, when they hear I own a property, you're wealthy because you own a property. And that's something that's changed, I think. I fantasise about just having a garden, which is like ridiculous, but because I can only have a flat, not a house, a garden has become the symbol of luxury.
A 19-year-old's been jailed for at least 24 years for murdering a 16-year-old in South Yorkshire. Shea Peter Healy lured Leanne Reeks to a secluded spot in Dinnington in January last year before stabbing her 28 times. Sir Bradley Wiggins has described a parliamentary report that's heavily criticised him and his cycling team as sad. The 2012 Tour de France winner and other team skyriders are accused of using a drug not for the stated purpose of treating asthma, but because it helped them lose weight. The RAF has been called in to drop emergency supplies in parts of Cumbria cut off by heavy snow. Meanwhile, more than 10,000 homes in London have been left with no running water after a rapid thaw caused pipes to burst. Water companies have been handing out bottles to homeowners, but people in Streatham say it's on a first-come, first-served basis.
I came down here twice yesterday and there was nothing left both occasions, and yeah, it's been quite difficult. I really feel for my neighbour who's an elderly woman who doesn't go out. I've dropped off a few bottles of water for her, but I wonder if there's countless others out there who just don't have any means of transport.
Since